Dubai Meydan City is an innovative development in Dubai's Ras Al Khor neighborhood that is currently under construction. On the weekend of the 2007 Dubai World Cup, the project was launched. On a land area of roughly 15 million square feet, the complete development will encompass more than 40 million square feet. That's 3,700,000 square meters, gross floor area 1,400,000 meters squared. While the Meydan Racecourse debuted on March 27, 2010. In today's video, we'll talk about Dubai's $30 billion cities that were abandoned. Before we begin with the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to never miss any updates. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. The Meydan Group has declared that the upcoming Meydan One Mall would establish a new standard for global retail and leisure experiences. The Meydan One Mall will cover more than 30,000 square meters of interior and exterior multipurpose storage, including 2 massive department stores and an 11,200 square meter hypermarket, and will be the central focus of the much-anticipated Meydan One mega development, which was released in August 2015 by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President as well as Prime Minister of the ruler of Dubai. The Meydan Group has designed an experiential interactive booth at Cityscape Global this week to provide visitors, investors, and stakeholders an insight into what will be created by revealing the updated Meydan One Mall branding, logo, and visual identity. The 792 square meter exhibition space, which will be on display until September 8th at the Sheikh Zayed hallways of the Dubai World Trade Center, is Meydan's finest, technically sophisticated to date. The display, which uses virtual reality to offer visitors a true sense of just what Meydan One Mall will appear like and feature, is said to be among the most famous at this year's Cityscape Global Showcase. At Cityscape, a specimen model of the mall's distinct retractable roof, which also will be accessed in the chillier winter months to establish an al fresco retail and restaurant experience unlike any other, is on exhibit to give visitors a concept of the new tech used and the influence it will have on their prospective Dubai shopping experience. The 25,000 square meter indoor multipurpose sports service will be housed only within Meydan One Mall and will feature regulation-sized playing fields and courts for football, soccer, squash, volleyball, racquetball, paddleball, table tennis, ping pong, indoor cricket, kickboxing, boxing, jogging, softball, baseball batting cage, and a golf driving range, as well as the world's longest ski slope, measuring 1 kilometer, football grounds, mountain biking, jogging, and running routes, a skateboard park, and a BMX park will be among the outdoor sports possibilities. The mall will also include a 400-meter Great Canyon bordered by a mix of flagship luxury boutiques, a 20-screen movie, a food court with an extra 20 outlets, and a 20-screen theater with a food court with an extra 20 outlets. Car parking space with around 12,000 places will be available. The world's largest dancing water fountain, extending 400 meters and 100 meters in height, will be one of the mall's key attractions. Dubai is a city widely renowned for generating and shattering world records and establishing new milestones in the grandeur that once-in-a-lifetime experiences, said Meydan chairperson Saeed Humaid Al Taher. We worked hard to bring all the pleasures of a shopping and commercial experience into one area in our concept for Meydan One, making it the leading destination in the UAE and the Middle East. The group's participation in the construction of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Town, notably District 1, a mix of premium villas in the heart of New Dubai, was highlighted by the installation of the grandstand in 2010. The completion of Meydan One will bring the company's commitment to facilitating the creation of attractive, family-oriented housing and lifestyle developments to a close. The annual Cityscape property exhibition in the Gulf Emirate opened Tuesday, with developers predicting a 15% drop in prices this year, but sure that there will be no revival to the days when large projects were dumped half-finished. Several corporations unveiled scale models of planned buildings, extensive villa compounds, and recreational centers, along with a new internal ski slope. Property values, which had risen dramatically in the last 2 years after losing half of their worth during the 2008 worldwide financial crisis, have begun to decline, according to analysts. When Dubai signaled that it would default on massive debts accrued after borrowing heavily to fund those grandiose projects, it shook the world markets. The economy has now stabilized because of the strong commerce, tourism, and transportation industries. Residential prices have dropped by about 9% to 10% this year, according to Craig Plum, Middle East and North Africa Director of Research for Jones Lang LaSalle, a Chicago-based financial management firm. We anticipate prices to fall more during the remainder of the year, he says, adding that the drop is primarily due to what is happening globally. Things like dropping oil prices and global anxiety over China's weakening economy. What's happening in the entire world has a big impact on the Dubai residential segment because a lot of people who buy here are investors from other countries, Plum said. Oil prices are mostly to blame for the poor sentiment. It dragged down stock prices and skewed sentiment across the housing sector. The city-state, which is one of 7 that includes the United Arab Emirates, is indeed the region's biggest one of the handful that has allowed foreign freehold possession. Plum predicts that prices will continue to decline for another 12 months, with the 15% decline this year. According to Knight Frank, a London-based property firm, the annual reduction to June was almost 12%. Clutton's, another London firm, predicts a 7% reduction in villa sales in the second period of the year, following a 5% drop in the first 6 months. As a result of rigorous limitations imposed by the UAE financial institutions to avert a new bubble, such as mortgage caps, signs of price relaxation have begun to emerge. They specifically set a limit on housing finance at 75% for the first purchase and 60% for the second. Those who couldn't afford a 25% down payment or more were forced out of business. As a consequence, Plum predicts that prices will not fall as precipitously as they did during the crisis. We're seeing a lot more market stability, which is an indication of improved regulation. In light of this, Clutton's reported that far greater than 40,000 units had been announced for this year, with more than 20,000 expected to be produced by 2017. With 53 billion dirhams, $14 billion, in record sales in the very first 6 months, we are confident that this market is good, said Zaid Shah, General Director of Dubai developer Damac Properties. In comparison to a wider region in instability, Shah mentioned a growing population and robust economic expansion, including an increasing number of visitors and modern infrastructure, as well as a steady currency exchange and political stability. We wouldn't even have announced these projects if we didn't know that this marketplace is robust and there is a very high demand, he said, referring to scale models of several opulent developments. Meydan 1, which features proposals for the tallest residential tower at 711 meters, is one of the buildings on show at Cityscape. The world's tallest structure, the Burj Al Khalifa, is already in Dubai, standing at 829.8 meters. A 1.2-kilometer indoor ski slope at the base of Meydan 1 is likely to shatter Dubai's existing world title, Ski Dubai, which has a 400-meter slope. The operator of Palm Jumeirah, as well as the World Islands, Dubai's Nakheel Properties, has revealed plans to add 10,000 units to the marketplace in the Jebel Ali area. Yet another British real estate firm, Savills, currently ranked the UAE as the world's second-best residential investment destination, behind only the United States. As the government is planning to organize the Expo 2020 trade exhibition, it stated Dubai's marketplace has matured, and also that falling prices are likely to perk up again in mid-2016. That concludes today's video. If you loved this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment. Please share this video with your relatives and friends. Subscribing to the channel will give you access to even more incredible content.